Welcome back to Capers Athletics Beyond the Game. Joined again by Seth Amoah. Seth dropped in for a quick visit back prior to the Capers Fall Classic, and now we get a real chance to sit down and have a chat with him. Seth, thanks for dropping by.
No problem.
Sorry to interrupt your lunch. We know we got that Dynamite Subway sub sitting over there on the table. Little
Yes.
plug out to our sponsors and all our friends out there at Subway. Seth, I guess taking a look at the season, bit of a rough start so far. Capers 2-4 heading into the final games of the first half, or the pre-Christmas break, I guess. What's the feel so far?
I mean, we're feeling good. It's just when you have a bunch of talented guys to play together, it's kind of hard at first. But as we've seen bit by bit, like in each quarter, we do have a glimpse of what we could be, like potentially, right? So we're not stressed out or anything, because we know it's going to come, So
Well, certainly you've had moments of greatness in the first half there. I mean, you got that big win against St. X, of course, the traditional rival here at home, and that was a rocking crowd, and it was very important to get that one as usual. Even over at UPI last weekend, took a couple of losses, but you had your moments. You were up early. You kind of let it get away a bit, but I mean, I think there is lots to improve on there. I guess there's certainly signs of progression.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like you just said, against UPI, probably both games we played we played a really good 30 minutes. We just that 10 minutes is what dictated the game, right? So we just have to learn how to just finish the games. The first game we came out strong, and then we just had a really bad second quarter, and we kind of let that quarter is what beat us, right? And the second game we kind of went off to a slow start, but then we came back, but we just couldn't finish. So we just have to play a full 40-minute game, and we'll be good.
Now, yourself, you started this year coming off the bench.
Yeah.
Still getting relatively big minutes. I mean, you're playing half a game coming off. Now, over at UPI, you got the starts, both games. You certainly responded, 19 the first night, 13 the second. Well over 50% shooting for the weekend. More comfortable getting back in that starter's role, or just happy to be there?
I'm just happy to be playing. I mean, I have no problem. I'm a kind of player, it doesn't matter whether I come off the bench or I start. Either way, when I get on the court, I will try and give my 110%. So, I mean, it does feel good, that other guys are, they're not complaining about it and stuff. So it really shows that kind of team thing that we have that we should have. So, to me, it doesn't bother me. And no matter how many minutes I play, whatever minutes I get, I'll try and go out there and do my best.
You've never really had a team like that, though, that I've encountered over the last couple of seasons. There's never been, I guess, one big ego that kind of broke things up. I mean, everyone really fits the role. Everyone works their hardest. Certainly something you're seeing this year as different guys are moving into different spots.
Oh, yeah. Yes, like you just said, for example, I'd say Mishak had a terrific year last year, right? And this year, there's a lot of guys that could have a terrific year. We don't know who, when. Each night we go out there and play. It could be anyone's night. So that's the beauty of this team, right? So.
Well, even yourself, I mean, even off the bench, the first four, or starting the last two, I mean, you're averaging 12 and a half, which is a career high for you so far, I guess, in a season. I mean, that would be your best. If the season ended today, that would be your best. So, I mean, you're certainly getting your scoring opportunity. So, you've had your impact this year as well. And I know your good friend, Kenny Jean-Louis, who we chased, and Kenny, you got to adjust that class schedule, or we got to find a way to get you in here. He's off to a great start as well.
Oh yeah, he's worked hard during the off season, and it shows, right? So I mean, he last year when we ended our season, we lost the buzzer to Dalhousie, which went on to win the whole thing. I remember I was talking to him, and he told me that he next year he's coming here with a purpose, to try and come and just. Because he really wants to win bad, right? And it's showing out there that, that what he said is true. And if everyone's mentality could be like that, there's no stopping us at all. So, which I think we're getting there, so.
Oh, I think it'll come. I think it'll definitely come.
Yeah.
Off the court, it was a big fall for you. Graduated, got your first degree in the books.
Yeah.
Went through fall convocation and all that. Mom and dad are proud. Everyone's happy.
Yeah.
Nobody's kicking you out of the house. Now you're in the first year of the MBA program.
Yeah.
Now, that's a bit of a challenge, I would think, taking a master's while playing a varsity sport.
Yes, it is. It's very time management, right? It's a lot of work in the MBA program. But just like I was doing my undergrad, it's time management, right? So I just got to know when to do my work and practice and work everything around that, around school first, and then sports, and then everything else will come after that, right? So, like I'm doing good, and everything's looking good, so I'm not saying anything. Yeah.
No professors chasing you yet. Seth, of course, three-time academic All-Canadian.
Yeah.
So, I mean, schoolwork's always been a strong point for you as well as on the court. Looking ahead this weekend, the final two home games, final games, I guess, before Christmas break. Memorial coming in. They've been pretty hot. Different look team there, some new faces. It's CBU Open House on Saturday, 2 to 5. You want to drop by, family, kids, anyone, check out all the things going on at CBU. And of course, hang around for the games, the women at 6 and the men at 8. Free admission for any fans dropping by as part of CBU Open House on Saturday to see the games against the Memorial Seahawks. And I think they're going to be great games. How do you guys feel going into that?
I mean, we've had we have great records against them in the past. So that's the confident part that we have. And we know that every time they come here, we've won the past 3 years. Right?
They haven't been easy, though.
Oh no, obviously not, no. But we just, we're just looking at the positive side of it. That, yeah, they're looking really good, and I respect them a lot. Like, I respect the team a lot, and I know it's gonna be good games this weekend, right? So, but we know if we come out and play hard, if we win these 2 games, that could be the major turnaround for us for this season. So, we're really looking forward for this weekend.
Well, I'm going to let you go because I know that sub's calling your name over there. Was it Italian urban cheese? With the ham? And I'm supposed to know lettuce, tomato, black olive. If you see Seth bounce around Subway, you know what to hook him up with, okay? Before you take off, the question of all, what don't we know? Tell us something to the viewers, the fans, myself, Herbie.
Well,
I know what you eat on your sub. What don't we know about Seth Amoah?
Okay, before games, this was quite a surprise to my coaches when they found out. Before games, you know how a lot of people love to listen to like music to get them pumped up.
Oh yeah, certainly. A lot of people listen to the rap music or rock music, whatever you're into. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't listen to any of those. I listen to like slow music, so such as like Adele, Beyonce, or like really slow music, like Celine Dion. I just like to just.
Well, that's going back to you're a Quebecer, so I mean you've got some what's the word I'm looking? Infatuation with Celine.
Yeah.
You've been listening to her for a long time. Yeah. Although what's funny is Director of Athletics John Ryan, whose number is retired here at the Sullivan Fieldhouse, was well known for warming up with like John Cicada, Richard Marx. He wasn't into the rock music. He was into the slow tunes and the things like that. Yeah, no, it's kind of funny. That's interesting to see. You'll have to compare your playlists. But although I think John's was back on a Walkman, and I don't think he ever did figure out how to get music on his iPod yet, but you can help him out with that. Seth, best of luck this weekend. Thanks for dropping by, and we'll see you next time on Beyond the Game.